Okay, so I'm sure you heard the news by now that Alessandro Michele has become the new creative director of Valentino after Pierpaolo Piccioli left. But there's a huge backstory to it and just goes back so far and it's so convoluted. So many of the people involved are intertwined between Gucci and Valentino and other brands, and it's just incredible.
I got way too into this, so this is quite a timeline. Here we go.
Okay, so let's start in 1994, and Tom Ford has just become creative director at Gucci, and the brand is really struggling at this point. 1996, he doesn't really come into the story much later, but he does set the stage for somebody else. Christopher Bailey joins Gucci, and by 1999, Gucci is worth over $4 billion. Same year, 1999, skip to Valentino, two people moved from Fendi to Valentino. They are Maria Grazia Chiuri and Pierpaolo Piccioli. They had spent almost 10 years designing accessories at Fendi. The creative director at this time is Valentino Garavani. In the year 2000, Jacopo Venturini is women's wear and menswear brand manager. Back to Gucci, May 2001, and Christopher Bailey leaves Gucci to go to Burberry. He's replaced by Alessandro Facchinetti. In 2002, somebody else is leaving Fendi, this time to join Gucci. It's Frida Giannini, and she's joining to take charge of handbags. That same year, she brings somebody else in from Fendi, and it's their senior accessories designer Alessandro Michele. 2004, Tom Ford is leaving Gucci and Alessandra Facchinetti is made designer of women's wear, but after two collections, she's replaced by Frida Giannini. That same year, Jacopo Venturini leaves Valentino and goes to Prada. Speaking of Prada, in 2005, Sabato De Sarno joined the brand. You probably know his name. Back to Gucci, 2006, Frida Giannini is promoted to creative director. In 2007, Valentino Garavani steps down as creative director, and his replacement is Alessandra Facchinetti. She's not there for very long, though, and in 2008, her position is given to Maria Grazia Chiuri and Pierpaolo Piccioli as co-creative directors. That same year, Jacopo Venturini leaves Prada and goes back to Valentino. In 2009, Sabato De Sarno joins Valentino. In the meantime, he had also moved from Prada to Dolce & Gabbana. Eventually, he became fashion director overseeing both men's and women's collections. Back at Gucci in 2009, Frida Giannini and the then CEO Patrizio Di Marco began a relationship. In May 2011, Alessandro Michele is promoted to the role of associate to the creative director. That would be Frida Giannini. September 2014, Alessandro Michele becomes creative director of Richard Ginori, an Italian fine porcelain brand that Gucci had acquired in June 2013. In December 2014, Frida Giannini announced that she was leaving Gucci. It wasn't really a surprise, as sales had been slipping for quite a long time, but she was supposed to lead the menswear show the following January and then the women's wear show the February after. Her partner, Patrizio Di Marco, the CEO, is also leaving the company. He gets replaced by Marco Pizzari, and in 2015, Jacopo Venturini joins Gucci from Valentino. All of a sudden, on the 12th of January 2015, it's announced that Frida Giannini is leaving Gucci earlier than expected. There's a lot of stories online about how she and DiMarco were actually fired. I do have some quotes about this. Quote, "The new CEO, Marco Bizzarri, reportedly found it too difficult to work with Frida Giannini and she was forced to leave immediately. Anonymous sources told reporter John Coblin that Giannini was kicked out on January 9th and left the building that same day, with a few colleagues helping to carry out her belongings." Also, apparently, Patrizio Di Marco, quote, "He blamed his firing on enemies within the company who had allegedly plotted his downfall." So, 19th January 2015 is the day of the Autumn-Winter 2015 menswear show, and in 5 days, the whole collection, seating plan, everything is reworked by Alessandro Michele. And after this show, Marco Bizzarri says, quote, "The Gucci Men's Autumn-Winter 2015-16 collection presented on 19th January, which was realized thanks to a remarkable collaboration between the men's design and production teams, is a clear indication that the brand is ready to take a new direction." On the 21st of January, Kering releases its official press statement that Michele is the new creative director of Gucci. And on the 25th February, Gucci shows its Autumn-Winter 2015 women's wear collection by Alessandro Michele. Back to Valentino, it's now 2016, and Maria Grazia Chiuri leaves Valentino to go to Dior, leaving Pierpaolo Piccioli as the sole creative director. In October 2019, Jacopo Venturini, who is currently the Executive Vice President, Merchandising and Global Markets at Gucci, leaves the company, and in June 2020 becomes the CEO at Valentino. Skip ahead a few years, 23rd November 2022, and Alessandro Michele is leaving Gucci. Apparently, Marco Bizzarri had wanted him to change artistic direction, but that didn't happen. Sales are slowing down, and the company is not happy about that, of course. About that, Alessandro Michele had said, quote, "There are times when paths part ways because of the different perspectives each one of us may have." And also regarding the sales slowing down, quote, "Gucci is suffering from brand fatigue, and consumers who bought early got bored first," said Luca Solca of the research firm Sanford C. Bernstein. "In order to reaccelerate, it needs to open a new creative chapter. We should credit Kering for knowing what they are doing, given they systematically and successfully revived faded brands in the past." So on 28th January 2023, Salvatore De Sarno leaves Valentino to join Gucci as its creative director. In July 2023, Kering purchases a 30% stake in Valentino from the Atari investment fund Mehula. This deal would allow them to take full control of Valentino by 2028. In September 2023, Salvatore De Sarno shows his debut collection at Milan Women's Fashion Week. And not long after, on the 23rd September 2023, Marco Bizzarri leaves Gucci, with Jean-François Palus taking his position. Not long after, in February 2024, François-Henri Pinault, chairman and chief executive officer of Kering, said, quote, "In a trying year for the group, we strengthened our organization and took significant steps to further enhance the visibility and exclusivity of our houses. We are focused on revitalizing Gucci, leveraging the unique blend of craftsmanship, Italian heritage, and modernity that characterizes this iconic house." And so here we are, back to Valentino. Last Friday, Pierpaolo Piccioli and Valentino made the announcement that he was leaving. And Tuesday, 2nd April, will be Alessandro Michele's first day under the current CEO, Jacopo Venturini, who he had worked with at Gucci. And just in case you're wondering what the others are up to, Marco Bizzarri just announced on the 28th of March that he's set up a holding company called Nesti Fashion. Frida Giannini has been doing philanthropic work since 2017. Patrizio Di Marco joined the board of Dolce & Gabbana in June 2016 and became chairman of Golden Goose in September 2018. Alessandra Facchinetti was creative director at Tod's from 2013 to 16. And in 2020, she was made the first creative director of Harlan & Holden, although in October last year, she said that she's working on a new brand. So what do you make of the whole thing?